Welcome back to Bennock's Garage. Today we are working on a Toyota Corolla, and more specifically we are replacing the starter in it. Now with this you have two options to go because the starter is right underneath the intake. You can either pull the entire intake off, or we can pull the fans out. And I think the fans might be the better option than it is to pull the actual intake. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 bolts versus 6, and you have to pull the fuel injectors too. I'm gonna opt to try to do the fans instead. So first things first, take your 10 millimeters completely out, and then disconnect your upper radiator hose. Disconnect the wires. See, one there, one on the other side. Disconnect them wires going to each fan, and it should lift right out. Okay, with these little clips, sometimes you don't have enough strength to pull that little pin down. Slide a screwdriver in the back of it, like so. And then all you gotta do is pull it out. That quick and easy. Same thing over here. Slide it in the back. See if you can see it. Slide it in the back. Return to the front, and I can't get my hand in there. Anyways, let me disconnect the battery first and go from there. Normally you don't have to take the battery completely out. I did, only because the customer said that he tried cranking so many times and it just wouldn't start. It wouldn't even crank, hence putting on a starter. But the battery died. So anyways, stick it in, pull it out. There we go, finally. And we should be good to go. Pull up. I feel another screw somewhere. To take the fan shroud out, we already saw the 3 up top, easy to get to. What I didn't see, there's 2 on the bottom also. The passenger side, you can just reach down and get to it. The driver side, you had to take down the little flap on the bottom to get to it. This little flap here, and it was right there. So just take down that little flap, it will come right out. Alright, so it does look like you have to take your battery out anyways, because the back bolt is a 14 millimeter. I'm using a 12-inch extension. And I kind of just shoved it in there blindly, and I hit it the first time. So you take off your back bolt, then we go underneath, disconnect the 2 connectors on the bottom, and get the front bolt, which is on the other side, and it will come right out. Alright, the bottom bolt on this is, I don't know if you can see it back there. Right there. So you look for the big round thing here, follow it down on the front. You can see it right there. That's your 14 millimeter in the front. As you can see, I found it easier to pull it up and disconnect it than it was to try to fight it underneath to disconnect it. So yeah, just disconnect, pop your new one on, and we'll start working on putting it back in. If you're wanting to disconnect, it is a 12 millimeter for the size. Alright, I'm looking at the new one, and I can actually spin this one, and it comes out fairly easy. And look at this one, I cannot spin it at all, and it's really hard to come out. So I'm thinking, yeah, there really was a pretty bad issue with the old starter. Once you get it reconnected, shove it back down in the hole. Put your 2 14 millimeters back in, one in the back, one in the front. Put your fans back in. Put all 5 bolts back in. Put your battery back on, and you are done, my friend. That quick and easy. Thank you for watching.